To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture. Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Steelers Nation, how are you guys doing on this fine Thursday night? Thank you guys so very much for tuning in for another edition of the Steeler Culture Podcast, where we break down Pittsburgh Steelers football as we are going to discuss the Sunday Night Football matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles on the road. And I believe this will be the Steelers' third primetime game in their last 4 games.
Yes, we all know how the last 2 primetime games turned out. Let's not talk about that because the Steelers are on a 1-game win streak so far.
In good fashion.
A very good win, I would say, versus the Colts. Very good. Did not give them the benefit of the doubt whatsoever going into last Sunday versus Indianapolis, even though it was at Heinz Field. Didn't give them the benefit of the doubt, especially for the defensive side. And the defense walked out of that game with 5 turnovers, 6 overall as a unit.
Yeah, and 5 sacks at that.
So the question is, can the defense run it back? Can the defense continue on what they did versus the Colts last week? Can this entire team be consistent? I'm not being sucked back into this hopeful orifice that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the Steelers cycle. This always happens
every year
with the Steelers, right?
Every year.
Like they'll have a couple bad games, and then they'll come back in a game that you wouldn't think that they would, and then sometimes as fans they'll ring you back in. I'm not being brought back in. I need to see some consistency first, and it all starts this Sunday night, back in primetime action, this time on the road versus the Los Angeles Chargers. I will say, though, I do think the Steelers have a favorable matchup.
No, but I don't want to take anything away from the Los Angeles Chargers. They've been a very good and solid football team on both sides of the ball at that, led by the other Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, in his second season.
The Steelers, I mean, there's 2 things they know. They know how to beat a Harbaugh, and they know how to scheme against Greg Roman, who is the Chargers' offensive coordinator. He's been their coordinator the last 2 years since Harbaugh's been back. Last time the Steelers faced the Chargers was last year. I think it was week 3.
Week 3.
Steelers won that game.
Yeah, that was when Justin Fields started at quarterback. And Fields had a good performance, but I remember Calvin Austin specifically, I think he had a long 55-yard touchdown.
Sure did.
Caught it in the middle of the field, just literally blazed everybody on that secondary.
He was our leading receiver that day, and we're going to need him to step up for the remainder of the year, as he will be our wide receiver too. I like Calvin, I really do. And this is a great opportunity for him because he's in a contract year. So this is only going to raise his market or raise, some eyebrows in the organization where, hey, we might have to pay this guy since he could be someone that's going to have to step up. And if he does, that's props to him, and that's going to be more in his pocket come the offseason. So
yes,
we'll see what Calvin can do. We'll see what this team can do versus the Chargers. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Thursday night. We got the Raiders and the Broncos playing right now.
Boy, ain't that an exciting football game right now.
How are the Broncos 7-2? Can someone explain that to me in the chat?
They're a second-half football team, and their defense is legit, especially that pass rush. That's all I can say.
So they're the 2023 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sure. Yeah. With Sean Payton leading the charge and Bo Nix at quarterback. Don't sleep on Bo, bro.
That reminds me of.
Don't sleep on Bo.
That's what that reminds me of. Don't sleep on Bo. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, don't sleep on Bo. He's solid. I'm kidding. I'm only.
I'm not a fan. I was never a fan of Bo Nix. I
will say this about Bo: he's turning out better than I thought he would coming out of college, out of Oregon.
But I still get Kenny Pickett vibes with him. He doesn't show up all game until the fourth quarter.
He's got an arm unlike Kenny.
Yes.
Well, funny enough, Kenny's the backup for this game.
That's right. He is a Raider. He is a Raider.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
God almighty. When we drafted this guy not too long ago.
Yeah, thanks, Colbert.
Yeah, you guys see Ben's comment on what he said on his latest episode? He's like, they're giving Aaron Rodgers DK and all this, and I got a center that never played the position around last year. He's not wrong.
No.
You had Creed Humphrey in your damn hands, and you went for Kendrick Green.
Did you see Kendrick Green's response to it? He said, wow, talk about catching strays. Jeez Louise.
Not the only thing he was catching in Pittsburgh. I'll tell you that right now.
Bro, I remember Kendrick Green.
Couldn't catch a call. He couldn't catch a block.
Dude, even when we put him back at guard, I remember the preseason game versus the Buccaneers. He literally got lifted up. You're an offensive lineman, and you're getting lifted up.
Yeah.
No, he just didn't have a good career in Pittsburgh. No, I'd rather not remember Kendrick Green. As a matter of fact, to me, he tarnished that number 53. I can't look at 53 anymore the same.
Me neither. And I'm very proud that we got Zach Frazier and company. I'm very proud we got everybody on that line right now. Say Amalu's still injured, and we already know this is his last year as a Steeler anyway. But everyone else on that line, I am blown over the moon that they are rocking the Steelers shield, because Broderick Jones has stepped up immensely. Zach Frazier is a stud. Mason McCormick's a stud. And shout out to Troy Fautanu. Yeah. There's been zero negative from Troy Fautanu, I feel like, almost all year. Maybe he had a rough first game or two, but ever since, he's been absolutely shut down. He's been an absolute beast.
He's been living up to the pedigree to which, many people projected him up until he fell due to injury concerns, which is why he fell to the Steelers at 20, and he's literally lived up to that pedigree.
Yes, he has.
I mean, everybody said that he was the most athletic and versatile lineman in that draft process and just one of the more better guys to really look at and draft, and he's living that up.
Yeah, and I just when you watch the tape, when you watch him on the field, bro, his hands and his feet don't stop moving. They're violent.
And exactly. He always talked about playing O-line violently, and he's living up to that.
He's got a violent demeanor to him. He's always trying to run somebody over or put somebody on the ground. And I love how last week we used him as a pulling tackle to get him up the middle on some blocks for Warren. More of that, please, bro.
You get him in space, dude.
You get a Samoan and Warren behind another Samoan and Fatani.
You don't mess with them Samoans, dog.
Dude, it's over. It's over. Vince Carter, it's over.
Yeah.
So more of that, please, and I'll be a very happy Steelers fan. I think that should be one of the recipes for success, not only for the remainder of the season, but especially this upcoming game versus the Chargers, because the Chargers' rush defense is up and down. They'll have a couple games where they'll stop the run. Then there'll be games where they allow 100-yard rushers or a lot of big gains. There's one thing the Chargers defense isn't immune to is they do allow some explosive plays every now and then. And the Steelers offense is capable of getting down the field, of getting points on the board, of establishing some explosiveness. It's just a matter of opening things up. And I think that starts with Jaylen Warren and the rushing attack.
What's funny enough you bring that up, because keep in mind, the Steelers versus Chargers, it was the origin of run the ball, if you remember that.
Yes, it was.
From 2018 Sunday Night Football when they didn't run the ball and I got pissed off.
And
so that was the origin.
And like the chat is saying, speaking of our offensive line, let's talk about the Chargers offensive line.
Oh, my God.
Better question is, what offensive line? Who the hell do they have right now? Mekhi Becton, Bradley Bozeman, Zion Johnson, and both of their tackles are out for the season. Slater's out. Joe Alt is unfortunately now out. They had to move him from right tackle to left tackle because Slater was out. And now he's out for the remainder of the season, is Alt and Slater. They had to make a legitimate last-second trade for Trevor Penning, former first-round pick of the Saints. They only got, what, a 6th or 7th out of him?
Yeah, that's it.
And they got Bobby Hart and Trey Pepkins swapping snaps or roles, starting gigs at right tackle. There'll be a game where Pepkins outsnaps Hart. There'll be a game where Hart outsnaps Pepkins. They are absolutely stuck at that tackle position, man. Justin Herbert and their rushing attack. Keep in mind, they're on their third or fourth running back.
No, this would be the third.
Their third running back all year.
Yes.
And then you keep in mind that their tackles are out. That line of scrimmage, man, there's no reason the Steelers shouldn't dominate the line of scrimmage defensively. They got both tackles out. Trevor Penning, who will probably start at left tackle, he's got experience at left tackle, left guard, and right tackle, but he'll probably start at left tackle. Either way, he's not good. He's a walking penalty. Whether it's his, whether it's him blowing a gasket on the field, or it's the holding calls that are very inevitable with Trevor Penning. Billy Ma with the 199 says, I owe Broderick an apology. I was wrong about him. Broderick's finally getting it together. He's finally putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
He is.
All they needed to do was put him in his natural spot. What a concept, right?
Man, who knew?
Took 2 years, but they finally did it.
Who knew, bro?
That's all it did was take 2 years.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get a new camera. It's just more in focus. Like the background is blurred and we're just focused.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a proper setting. I think we're finally getting used to the adjustments.
It's you gotta play with it a little bit with the camera, but yeah.
Yes. Electric Visuals in the chat says, the more I think about it, if you think Shaheed would have been great for the offense, I feel like Marquez would bring something very similar, big plays. Marquez has drop issues. That's my biggest thing with him. Is he has drop issues. Shaheed's younger and has more longevity. Just my opinion.
And the drop issues, they only continued last week. Because if you remember, Jonnu, the first play of the game, he dropped that wide open catch from A-Rod.
Yeah.
And DK, it was like middle of the field. There was like 3 Colts around him, and he was like bobbling with the ball. That was a drop. Hell, the attempted pass in the end zone to DK before we finally gave it to Warren on 3rd down at the goal line. I seen the ball bounce off DK's hand. I consider that a drop. I don't know if anybody else counted that as a drop, but
sure.
Me, I counted it as that because it hit it right off his mitts.
Yeah.
So the constant drop issues, it's like I don't want to see any more of that. I hope we don't see any more of that.
No, man, we're really gonna have to scheme up a solid offense here against the Chargers defense. I want to see what's going on with the chat. Shout out to everybody that's joining us tonight, man. We do greatly appreciate y'all joining us at 10 o'clock at night. It's on a Thursday night. We got Byron Nelson in the chat. We got Xavier in the chat. Noodle Noob, Electric Visuals, Feed the Liberty Bell. We got Zarina. Am I saying that right? Devonta Gray. What else we got in here? Black and Gold 36. We got Django Unchained. Am I saying that right? By the way, I've never seen that movie. I can quote one line from that movie, but I've never seen it.
I'm right there with you.
I've been wanting to. Elephant 3237. NR_88 says, never forget Kendrick Green fullback in training camp. That was a wild time.
Yeah, that was like a 2-week experiment?
Yes.
Something like that. Didn't he actually catch a pass? What was it, a Friday Night Lights moment or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Friday Night Lights.
But that was the extent of it. I remember we had a preseason game up before that, or after Friday Night Lights, and then we never saw Kendrick Green at fullback.
Yes.
Never experimented.
No, never saw.
Could have been interesting, but they never took it in the game.
They put DK at fullback at one point this season. Mm-hmm. They actually did. They lined him up at fullback.
I think that might have been his first time at fullback too.
I would think so. It's not a common thing. Jamie Carlos says, yo, let's fucking go. Skull Edit says, yo, we got a super chat from Sauce Sports with a $4.99. We're going to go back to the way we were 2 weeks ago by suffering our peach emojis with 12-inch eggplant emojis this Sunday. Very descriptive. Very descriptive.
Yes, indeed, Sauce and Sports.
You know, bro, all I'm going to say is I'm not going to give my hopes up. Again, I'm not letting this team reel me back in. I'm not going to do it. Okay? I know this team. I know how they function sometimes. I didn't expect that versus the Colts. They made me eat my words, but I like them to do it again. We need some consistency versus the Chargers, man. It's Sunday Night Football. It's under the lights. Have they won a primetime game yet this year?
The Steelers?
Yeah.
The Bengals game was the first primetime game, right? Or am I missing one?
I believe you're correct. That was the first primetime game, Thursday night, and then we lost to the
Packers Sunday night. So,
the
yeah,
Packers.
we are winless when it comes to primetime games this year, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We watched the Chargers game from 2021, and man, the names we had on defense is funny as fuck. Yeah, that was rough.
I do remember. Wasn't that also Sunday night, too?
That was Sunday night. We almost made a near comeback. I remember that game very vividly. We almost made a comeback, and we didn't. It was a very valiant effort.
They tried.
By the way, for those that care, is that Will Lutz? They're going for a 59-yard field goal.
It's up.
Short. Too short. He didn't make it.
Jeez.
I wish we
This
could.
is why I'm appreciative of Boswell, by the way.
Yes. Boswell would have made that, 100%.
Yeah, no doubt.
Electric Visual says, I wish we could hear Jalen's speech to the team last week. Yeah, that was indoors. Everybody praised Jalen Ramsey's speech right before that game, lighting the team up, lighting a fire in them, letting them know, hey, this is intolerable. And they went out there and had probably the best defensive performance all year. I would say it was because they were going up against the number one offense in the league. They only limited them to 20 points, but if you want to be technical, 10, 13, because most of it was in garbage time.
Yes.
Like I see comments saying 6 turnovers, we only won by 7
Now,
points.
the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. Like the Steelers, they dominated that football game.
Dude, they were up like almost 2 scores with like 4 minutes left. I forget the actual score, but it definitely wasn't as close as it was.
No.
No, the Steelers really had a good game last week versus the Colts. They did. The offense got 24 points off the turnovers. They really took advantage of what the defense gave them. The defense played absolutely great. I mean, yeah, they allowed 2 100-yard receivers, but again, most of that coming in garbage time. Most of the scores coming in garbage time. Versus the Colts, or not versus the Colts, versus the Chargers, listen, they got Justin Herbert at quarterback. He is a smart, knowledgeable guy. Like, when you think about Justin Herbert, there's so many people that say that is the prototype quarterback that you want. Like, when you want to build a quarterback, Justin Herbert's kind of like that guy or that prototype, the guy you want to bring in.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's good. He's really good. If he's not elite, he's almost there. That's how good Justin Herbert is. He's second in the league in passing yards and touchdowns behind Matthew Stafford, who has 21. Herbert has 18. Aaron Rodgers actually has 17.
Yes, he does. So A-Rod's not far behind.
Yeah.
But no, Herbert, I mean, like, ever since he had to fill in for that time Tyrod Taylor was taken out literally before the game.
Yeah, they punctured his lung.
Yeah, it was something like that. But no, as soon as Herbert literally filled in for him, I mean, like, he made his name well apparent. He made his play well known. And Herbert's obviously been the franchise for the Chargers. The guy's a stud. The guy's a slinger. The guy's a smart decision maker. The guy knows what he's doing. And he just knows how to spread the ball around, especially with the targets and the wide receivers and their rookie tight end that they have this year.
Yeah, Oronde Gadsden.
Just a couple of weeks ago, nobody knew of this man. I think Will Dissly was actually the starting tight end up until Gaston really started to make a name for himself and got more opportunities, more snaps, made the most of them. And he's just been a dynamic tight end for them. I think he's got over 400 yards on the year already.
He actually has the most yards by a rookie tight end in a 4-game span in NFL history, passing Kyle Pitts. And yes, rookie Kyle Pitts was that guy. He's not that guy no more, but rookie Kyle Pitts was that guy. Oronde Gadsden has passed that. He has the most receiving yards by a rookie tight end in a 4-game span. Very impressive by Gadsden.
Yes.
Or Gadsden the second, if I want to be technical, because he is the son of Oronde Gadsden Sr., who was an NFL player.
Okay.
He's a 5th-round pick out of Syracuse. This guy was catching footballs from Kyle McCord last year. Now he's catching passes from Justin Herbert, and he's really showing out. The last couple games, he's really stepped up and has really shown out for the Chargers, and is someone I am definitely fearful of because, yeah, the defense did a very good job at minimizing Tyler Warren. He had, 24 yards?
I think it was like barely 30. If I remember that correctly.
How many yards?
I don't know the exact stat that Warren had versus Steelers.
26.
26 yards.
26 off of 5 catches.
That's it. And a big component of that, I know it's a Tomlin word, but
Component.
a big reason for that is probably due to the fact that Jalen Ramsey was up at free safety.
Yes.
And Tomlin made it well apparent in his press conference that Ramsey will stay exclusively at free safety for this game. Again, if you looked at the Steelers depth chart, the starting safeties officially is Kyle Duggar at strong safety, who played all but 1 snap, by the way.
And he got the game ball.
He got the game ball. Tomlin gifted him the ball, and Duggar deserved it. Hardly saw any negative from Duggar. He was good. But Duggar's the starting strong safety, and Jalen Ramsey is the starting free safety, with Brandon Echols now the starting nickel cornerback.
Yes.
On the depth chart.
Which I think is the best way to go. Well, the best way to go, in my opinion, is to bench Slay, put Echols over at the outside, the boundary opposite JPJ, and bring up Beanie, but Beanie's no longer with the team.
No.
So we are still going to run with Slay opposite JPJ, but at least Echols is seeing playing time because Echols has been a very good ball player for us. I feel like anytime he has to step in or start, he's done an exceptional job. Ramsey at free safety is the way to go. Tomlin did say that they're going to run with him at safety this week. He didn't say for the rest of the season. Terrell Austin is not committing to that, which I don't know how you don't. You look at the game versus the Colts, there was 0 miscommunication issues. 0.
No.
In fact, Ramsey played a big part in getting Kyle Duggar in the right spot pre-snap. Ramsey played a big part in minimizing Tyler Warren and what he did over the middle or on some crossers or up the seam. He did a good job of really playing that free safety spot. He'd hit a lot of the Colts defenders, yet he got an unnecessary roughness penalty.
If you want to call it that.
Which wasn't, because he did exactly what the league wants you to do, and they still threw the flag because, oh my God, it looked bad.
So no matter what, you can't play defense.
No, you can't play defense. But that's the play that Ramsey's going to bring at the safety position, is that hard-hitting impact, that knowledge, that communication with everybody around his circle, and blanketing some of the more dangerous threats for the offense.
And that's something that, though he filled in nicely as the starting nickel cornerback, you saw in certain coverages, man or zone coverage. I mean, he wasn't exactly lighting the league on fire or really tying up any of these wide receivers. No. Some of the passes, especially in the Bengals game versus Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I mean, Ramsey wasn't good in coverage.
No.
Like, we know he's a good hitter. He had that hit on Garrett Wilson week 1, had that pick versus the Seahawks, right? You know, he's made some plays. He's made his impact well apparent. But if you were to keep him at the nickel cornerback, I think that would actually worsen his play.
Yeah.
Up at free safety, that's going to improve his overall performance as a communicator, as a defender, his coverage skills, his hard-hitting ability, and his capabilities of getting turnovers.
Sure.
You keep him up there, that's going to improve his performance and might even extend his career, considering he is 31 years old.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think if he keeps this up, there's no way you take him out of that free safety spot, and it would extend his career. We've seen it in the past with some of the greatest corners ever. They've switched to safety and extended their career. Look at Roddy Woodson. Look at Charles Woodson. Patrick Pearson was thinking about it. He didn't fully commit, and I think Pearson's out the league now. But, you know, there's so many other examples of star corners switching to safety, and it's bettering their careers. It's extending their careers. Ramsey could be the next guy. If he keeps doing what he's doing, then, yeah, there's no reason to take him away from that free safety spot. And at that point, you should commit to him at free safety alongside Duggar, or when Elliott gets back, if he gets back, at strong safety, right?
Yeah, big time.
Now, speaking of corner, because I still think the Steelers need corner help, they are scheduled to bring in Asante Samuel Jr. He is healthy. I think he had back fusion surgery or something like that.
Which I do believe. I think I read somewhere that the Steelers doctor actually performed the surgery on him.
Yes.
So that's kind of interesting a little bit.
It is.
Just something to add there.
However, he has a lot of visits scheduled, bro. His schedule is packed. So Asante Samuel has a schedule with the Panthers. That was yesterday, I believe. Today, he visited the Packers. He's got the Vikings tomorrow, which kind of worries me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Got the 49ers on Monday. He's got the Bears on Tuesday. And finally, hopefully the best for last, the Steelers on Wednesday. I don't know if he's going to make it to the Steel City, because I'm sure some of these teams are going to try to prevent him from leaving their facilities, Or it just could be a situation where Asante Samuel Jr. wants to weigh all his options as he's been out with injury since last year. He didn't get a chance in the free agency period because of the injury. He's now fully healthy. He's cleared. He's ready to go. He's going to weigh all his options and then finally make a decision. So he could go through his entire schedule of visits and then make a decision. If he makes it to the Steel City by Wednesday, you do not let him leave the building because you are his last visit. And at that point, you make him sign the deal. You convince him enough to sign the deal, and then you can put him outside in Slay's spot and keep Echols in the slot. Or I know Samuel doesn't have a lot of experience in the slot, but because of his size, it might be better, especially in the system. If you want to put him in the slot, you could do that as well.
It's a possibility. Now, I don't know how much experience he has in the slot compared to outside.
Not much. Ever since coming out of Florida State, he's always been a primary outside guy.
Yeah, and that was with the Chargers. And he was always a very suitable and very capable cornerback. I mean, was he a consistent tackler? Not exactly. Was he the best run defender? I wouldn't say so one bit, but
I think I'll be Roach. I think he's a better zone guy, but I would still,
which would fit him for the Steelers.
It would, but I think adding him would still be better than doing nothing. And frankly, he's young. He's looking for that second chance. And I remember Mike Tomlin loved him coming out of Florida State. He attended their pro day and had a personal conversation with Samuel. Yeah, that was 4 or 5 years ago. But, you know, it's also one of those things where those things come into effect at times like this.
Mm-hmm.
They look at these players. They have these conversations that way. It's doing your due diligence. That's the whole point of the draft process. Like, yeah, they could bring in some of the top draft picks that they have absolutely no chance of getting. But Lord knows, years down the line, they might get a chance to finally bring him in. Look at Minka. Minka was a great opportunity, and they got him. They talked to him at the Bama Pro Day. They didn't draft him because there was no chance of him getting there, and then he was available the year after. They traded first for him. Those things come into play. Same thing right now with Asante Samuel. I don't know if he makes it to Pittsburgh by Wednesday, but if there's a chance, I'd like to bring him in.
No, I'm all for bringing in Samuel because every single week, I mean, it's very well apparent, Darius Slay is always hurt.
Always.
He's always laying on the turf. He's always surrounded by trainers. He's always slowly walking off the field. I mean, yeah, he pushes through it. He gets back into the game. And he fights through whatever he's dealing with. But it's every game that Slay is constantly hurt. I mean, he's 34 years old. He is the oldest starting outside cornerback or cornerback overall in the NFL. And I don't know what the Steelers were thinking bringing in a guy of that age to this team in this division of all places.
Because he's a mentor for the younger guys. Yeah, because Patrick Pearson worked out. There's a poll in the chat. How many turnovers does the Steelers defense force versus the Chargers? 0, 1, 2, or 3? I should remake the poll and make it how long until Darius Slay gets his first injury. Because I swear to God, I gave him till the 6 minutes left in the first half last week, and it wasn't 5 minutes into the game he hurt himself. Yeah, he came back in, but, bro, like, really? At this point, you might as well throw out James Pierre there if you're just not going to be on the field all the time.
Which I think he's the only outside cornerback depth. I think.
Pierre correct. Because Corey Trice, his 21-day window is still open. He has not been activated, nor has he practiced all week.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good for Corey Trice.
Just got the guy. I'm sorry. Corey Trice, goodbye.
I mean, like what's he going to do?
Nothing.
If he can't
get hurt.
If he's not available on the field, there's really no point. Which sucks because we all know how talented that Trice possesses. We know the talent that he has. It's just he can't stay healthy.
By the way, what's his nuts? Darius Slay.
What's his nuts?
I know is allowing the most yards per reception since his 2019 year. He's averaging 14.7 yards per reception. He's already given up 383 yards.
Yeah, name me one play that Slay has done all year.
He gave up 371 all last year.
Name me one play Slay's done all year. A pass deflection. Name me one. Has he even had a pass deflection?
I don't know. He's allowed 3 touchdowns all year.
You can't run.
He has 3 passes defended.
I don't recall one.
And keep in mind, Justin Herbert is a gunslinger. He's also a dual threat. You can't forget about the use of his legs and the way he can extend plays. And he's You know, he's very innovative as a quarterback, right? Like he's always scanning the field, looking for his open targets or looking for an open opportunity to move the chains, right? That's what makes Justin Fields, God, he wishes, Justin Herbert a great quarterback. And he's got targets like Ladd McConkey, who was a dog coming out of Georgia.
To which you said Gaskin worries you, and he worries me too, but that's the man that worries me in this game. Especially the way that the secondary is, you know, still with their soft zone and leaving guys in space. You leave a guy like McConkey with space, you're asking to get beat. Yeah. You're asking to get torched.
Well, you also can't roll out what Keenan Allen's been doing, who's always been a trusted target for Herbert. I remember wanting him back when we were looking at free agents. Yeah, they were older guys, but out of all the options, I was thinking Keenan Allen still got a little bit of juice in him. He went back to the Chargers. He went back home. And he's having a solid year, being a very reliable target. He's not putting up numbers he used to, but he's like that short yardage guy. He's somebody that's going to get the ball thrown to him and is trusted to just move the chains, to get those easy plays, or when it comes down to it, to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and he's not even a starter, at least not on the Chargers depth chart. And he doesn't need to be because the number 2 that they have, Quentin Johnston, and we know if he's had a rocky start to his career, drop issues and whatnot. This year, he hasn't really had that problem, and he actually leads the team in touchdowns with 6.
That's the one thing about Johnson. I don't know if he'll ever have like a 1,000-yard season. He started off the season good. He's kind of slowed down. But one thing, trump cards with a 199. One thing that the Chargers are going to entrust Johnson with is he can get in the end zone. He had 8 last year, and now he's already have 6.
Yes.
So I don't want to rule out what he can do. Plus, he's a taller, faster receiver who could be a great deep threat for Herbert, especially in this game, as the Steelers have allowed some chunk plays every now and then. They got the targets, and our secondary is going to have to really step up in this one. Yeah, I mean, they had a interesting matchup with Pittman and Alec Pierce and guys like that with Daniel Jones at quarterback. Now they got Herbert with guys that are probably a little bit more flexible. Especially, you know, the rising tight end in Gatson. This secondary is going to be tested again.
Yes, they will.
And I'm hoping that the move of Ramsey to free safety is still going to allow the secondary as a whole to not only be more communicative, but to come away with plays. Jump Cards with 1 says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
You doing great on this
Thursday night?
Yes, it is Thursday night.
Yes, it is.
Caston Streb says, "Why not cut Trice and promote Beanie?" That's a great question. I don't know why. As a matter of fact, the Steelers also made a quick move. They signed defensive tackle Broderick Martin from Western Kentucky off of the Chiefs practice squad and signed him to the 53-man roster because of Daniel Ikuale's injury, his torn ACL injury. He's put on IR. They're going to need another nose gap defensive tackle. So they signed him off the Chiefs practice squad. And to make room for him, they cut former 3rd-round pick DeMarvin Leal, who was in that same class as Pickett and Pickens.
Yes. Yep.
What a selection.
Yeah, so Leal's no longer here, and in comes in Broderick Martin Rhodes, I should say. You know, like, he was a solid player coming out of Kentucky. What was he, a 3rd-round pick for the Lions? Only was there for 2 years, was on the Chiefs practice squad up until the Steelers swooped him away, and now he's on the active roster as the run-stuffing backup because, I mean, they need somebody to fill that void.
Yeah, that's all they need, and they needed extra bodies because, yeah, I mean, I'm all for giving Y.A. Blackmore more time, and I don't think that this sign is going to take that away. They just needed extra bodies in that room, and that's what that was for.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that was for, and it's just...
And that's his purpose. He's no pass rusher. He's no, like, speedy guy and whatnot. I mean, you just look at his build. I mean, he just speaks run defender. He can take care of those one-on-ones, double teams, clock the hole. As a backup, it's fine.
Trump Cards with 199 says, "Who leads the Steelers in receptions?" My guess, Muth. I haven't looked at the stats. Receptions?
I'm going to say Kenneth Gainwell.
Are you serious?
I'm going to say Kenneth Gainwell. I haven't looked at the stats neither.
Bro, I haven't looked at the Steelers stats in a minute.
Well, we got Javier with a 199. Says, if Asante signs, does he play slot or outside?
Outside, probably.
Outside.
He's only got how many slot reps? 40?
In his career?
In his career, he has,
I should say,
only 40 slot reps.
Yeah,
so he would be outside.
There you go, outside.
Slay, get your ass on the bench. Samuel, get in there.
If he's good to go, if he's cleared, if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Throw him out. Get him out there.
All right, let me see the stats here. DK, 29 receptions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's 2?
Muth with 19. Same thing with Calvin with 19. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Jalen Warren. No, wait a minute.
You're looking at yards.
I'm looking at yards. Hold on.
Yeah, get the reception.
Okay, DK leads in receptions with 29, followed by Kenneth Gainwell at 27, Jonnu at 25, Jalen Warren at 21, Muth and Calvin at 19, then Darnell at 13. Roman has 9. And 1 fumble.
Yeah.
And 1 fumble.
Yes, and 1 fumble. Yes. Might not see a lot of Roman Wilson come Sunday.
Leal was the last one left from that year. I thought it was Connor. I thought Connor was still here. Wasn't Connor in that same class? I'm sure Connor was in that same class.
What was it, 2022?
Oh, I'm sorry. You meant versus the Chargers. Sorry, man. I didn't realize. I thought you were talking stats overall. Yeah, who leads the team in receptions versus the Chargers?
All right, boy.
Darnell.
Pick your poison, really.
Darnell.
Pick your poison.
I'm going to go Darnell. Darnell had a good game last week.
He did.
More Darnell, please.
Oh, there was more Darnell last week. He had 41 snaps.
Need more than that.
41 snaps, which, by the way, the Steelers are now...
How many did Muth have?
Muth had 29, and Jonnu had 25.
Okay, I like that. You know, I like that distribution. I like all of them to be up in the 30s.
That's a good balance there, I would say. But no doubt about it, Darnell should be the tight end with the most snaps, and he was versus the Colts. 41, and the Steelers are actually 8-0 when Darnell has 40 or more snaps in a game.
Yeah, that should be the recipe going
So just keep going with it. I mean, like, Darnell is without a doubt, benefactor on the offense. I mean, his presence is felt. Like, you can't miss him.
Yeah.
And teams just can't find a way to stop him, whether as a blocker or even as a receiving threat.
Right.
This man is literally 6'7", over 300 pounds, basically the 10th wonder of the world out there. And he's moving like he's moving like Jonnu Smith would, which is insane.
Right.
Keep playing Darnell, bro.
I think all tight ends should get 30-plus reps, considering I would have liked them to go for a wide receiver, too. They obviously didn't. They tried with Myers. They failed. They got Calvin. They got Roman. They're going to give them the opportunity. They have no choice now. But, yeah, I mean, the way the offense is ran is they're going to use the tight ends a lot. They're going to use DK as the main receiver, obviously, and they're going to use the tight ends a lot. Well, let's scheme them up to get them targets. Let's scheme them up, and Kenny Pickett's getting warmed up. I'm not even joking. Geno Smith's hurt. Kenny Pickett is getting warmed up.
How'd he get hurt?
He tripped. Looks like he hurt his foot. Kenny Pickett is getting warmed up. I'm not joking, chat. I'm not joking.
I think the game's still tied, too, 7-7.
By the way, Sauce Sports with a $4.99. Did Tomlin stuff Khan in his mouth with his small eggplant emoji all day Tuesday, and that's why a trade never happened?
Jeez, he's so descriptive, bro.
Well, apparently they tried to make a trade for a backup D tackle, and they didn't. That's why they got Project Martin.
That's why, yeah.
Yes, Washington does have a foot injury, although he did return to practice. Him and Highsmith both.
Positive update, good.
In fact, here is the injury update. Scotty Miller has yet to return to practice with a finger injury. Will Howard has been full all week, so I'm hoping he gets activated from IR shortly, and he's on the 53. That way, it just gives him the practice reps. He's not going to be active. Just give him the practice reps. That's what's important for him now. Chuck Clark with an illness has been full the past 2 days. Corey Trice has not practiced all week.
Nope.
Neither is Jabril Peppers. Neither is Cole Holcomb. Alex Highsmith was limited today. He did return. Sayamalu has not practiced. Darnell did not participate Wednesday, but was a full participant today. Jonnu was a full because he had a rest day. And Connor Hayward popped up with a knee injury and didn't participate.
Well,
a new one.
Yeah, it is. Connor Hayward.
I'm sure Darnell's going to play. And you give him 40-plus snaps. I think you give Jonnu, Muth, 40-plus or 30-plus snaps, right? I think you give Calvin 20-something snaps as he's the number 2 receiver and 12 personnel. Now, granted, sometimes when we see 12 personnel, we'll see Skoranek there in a blocking aspect. We'll see Roman there and whatever the hell he's doing. So Calvin won't see all of the snaps at wide receiver 2. They're going to distribute it either way. I think you got to get Calvin the ball more. You got to give your tight ends the ball more. You got to help out DK. I think you got to give DK more targets. He needs more than 5 catches a game. He's getting paid all this money. I think he needs more targets. I think he needs more receptions.
No, he definitely needs to be more involved with the offense. Like, I don't know why he doesn't see the ball thrown his direction more so than what he's already been targeted with.
Yeah.
You just got to get him more involved.
Trump cards were 199 says 2 year ahead, who wins? Not hope for real, us them.
I mean, I predicted the Steelers in the predictions video.
I think we win. We typically do well versus the Chargers, and yeah, it's in LA, but dude, I remember that San Diego Chargers versus Steelers game Monday Night Football when Mike Vick started.
Yes.
And the Steelers took over that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Kenny Pickett's on my TV screen. I'm getting flashbacks in this room.
He's 15.
In this room. I'm having flashbacks of watching this guy.
Kenny Pickett wearing 15 looks absolutely awful.
Well, it's also as many touchdown passes as he had. Or does he have less?
I think he's got less. He had 6 the past 2 years with the Steelers. Or his first only 2 years with the Steelers. So 12. Didn't he throw 2 with the Eagles, so it's 14?
He has 15.
15?
15 touchdowns.
Oh, dude, okay.
And just like that, the Raiders are off the field. Never change, Kenny. Never change.
No.
We got Brick Baby Yaya with a 5. Sign Asante Samuel and Rasul Douglas, or just sign Asante. What other pressing needs you think we have at this moment? Well, wide receiver 2.
But there's literally nobody out there in the free agency. There's nobody.
I would just say corner and O-line depth. But I don't know who's out there for O-line depth.
No.
I would have liked to trade for Jackson Powers Johnson like people were alluding to. He got injured and carted off versus the Raiders tonight, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't know that.
But I feel like that would have been a perfect fix at left guard. Say Amalu's hurt. He's not going to be here next year. Might as well fix that up and save yourself a need. They didn't do it. But I'd say corner is the most realistic in terms of fixing. I would just sign Asante, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
I would just sign Asante.
Yeah, I have zero issue bringing him in.
Unchained says, we put in Belt in L.A. Trust. I'm getting a good feeling. And it's not me getting reeled back in by the Steelers. It's just I do think they have a good matchup. I think they have a great opportunity to go 2 straight here. We're gonna continue on with the offense. Obviously, keep feeding Warren. Warren is the heartbeat of this offense. When you give Warren the ball, good things happen. He didn't have 30 total yards of offense last week, but he did have 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
Any way you give him the ball is a positive. So keep feeding him the ball.
I mean, we say it every single week, feed Warren.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. When the ball is in his hands, I mean, 1, he's hard to take down. 2, he fights for every single yard. 3, when he has the ball in his hands, great things happen, no matter what. As a rusher or as a receiving back, keep feeding Warren. And the way that the O-line has been playing, now I know they have a tough matchup on paper-wise versus that front 7.
Yes.
But nonetheless, the O-line's doing their assignments. They're clearing lanes, and Warren's a hell of a runner. You got to run the ball. You got to feed Warren. You got to be effective on the ground if that's their mission.
Frankly, I think everyone on the offense could use more touches, and I know it's impossible because you have too many mouths to feed. But Warren especially, if it's working with him, don't run away. Don't step away from it. Just keep running with it.
Not like you did versus the Packers in the second half.
No.
You should not do that.
Brick Baby Yaya with a 5. Steelers were trying to be aggressive, but teams' asking price was too high for the certain players. I wouldn't overpay for certain players. I get that. I understand that entirely. And the Steelers didn't want to give up too much because they want as many picks for next year in Pittsburgh. I still think they had the comp picks as a backup, and they could have traded certain amounts to still get a receiver because I think receiver or corner or whatever is that pressing of a need right now. I feel like they could have given up a few extra day 3 picks since they have so many projected they're already going to have.
Right.
But they didn't. They didn't, and it is what it is. The only concern is if they traded those picks, would that player be here after the season? That's the only concern.
Yeah.
I would have signed them, like Myers or Shaheed. I would have signed them. It's just Steelers don't do it mid-season.
No.
Which I think they should change.
And Khan's kind of given that impression, especially when it comes to free agency and how aggressive he is trying to sign some guys. And, of course,
Steelers in constant negotiations with teams for trading players, specifically wide receiver. So, like, yeah, there's some inkling to which Khan's trying to change, the old Steelers style, but obviously it's all not there.
Yeah. Trump Cars with a 199 says, love the optimism. Don't forget Skyline. Go Steelers. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's available in PA. I got to order online or something.
I could check it on my phone.
I bet you Amazon sells it.
Probably. You probably could buy it off Amazon.
What are you thinking about the deal? I'm not about to buy it. I'm just.
How much per can? Skyline chili.
A 4-pack of 15-ounce cans. $34.
Now you got me messed up. I'll just stick to homemade chili over here. I'm good.
Salax chili. I'm just jealous of the hype. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I'm just jealous of the hype Herbert and his chopped girlfriend are getting. Don't. Hey. No negative comments towards Madison Beer in this chat. I'm telling you right now.
You know what?
You can say whatever bad you want about Taylor Swift. I don't care. Madison Beer is where you cross the line.
Listen.
Herbert's winning.
Good for Herbert. I don't know how, but he did. Maybe you just got to be an NFL quarterback for an established team like the Chargers, and then you're good to go. But good for Herbert.
I don't know.
No matter what, he's winning. Good for him.
Obviously. Hopefully he doesn't win this Sunday. That's for sure. Hopefully we can rain on his parade a little bit.
Yeah.
The offense. Just feed Warren, feed everybody. You got to get the tight ends more involved. Give Calvin more targets. DK. I mean, that's again, it's hard because you got so many mouths to feed, but it all starts with Warren up front. The line's doing great. You're getting a run game going. Warren punching it for 2 scores. Anytime you give him the ball, good things happen. It's not a coincidence. Keep feeding Warren. And A-Rod is making no critical errors. He's had a few bad picks, but no real critical errors that's costing us football games.
Yeah.
So when Aaron Rodgers in primetime action gets the ball, I would expect him to want to make some plays. I feel like him and the receivers are starting to finally get some chemistry going. They're really starting to find their grooves. Him and Muth are growing. Him and Calvin are growing. Him and DK really weren't on the same page last week, but hopefully they can bounce back a little more as we're going to need the $33 million man to make some plays for us.
Yeah.
That Chargers defense on paper is not too bad, but they are capable of giving up plays on the run. They're capable of giving up plays through the air. They aren't immune to limiting splash plays. They've done that from time to time all year, and I think that's where this offense can exploit that. It's just a matter of Arthur Smith scheming up some plays to get these guys to football and players executing. The Chargers defense obviously is mostly met with their up front. I mean, Dan Henley is the main guy in that middle of the defense. If it's not Denzel Perryman, it's Dan Henley out of Washington State, who we were huge fans of.
Big time.
In fact, I remember the 2023 draft. We had the 80th pick. We traded back with the Panthers to get the 93rd pick, to get an extra 4th, right? I think that went to Nick Herbig. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Crazy, right?
So we got Darnell and Herbig just for trading back.
Yes.
So it didn't look too bad, but I know where you're getting at here.
Because we traded back, we missed out on a guy like Henley, and I remember thinking, man, linebackers are pressing need. We were later to get Peyton Wilson the year after, but I'm thinking at the time, linebackers kind of a pressing need. And Dan Henley was drafted 85th, 8 picks right before Darnell Washington. And he's had a great last 2 years. This is his 2nd full year as a starter. He's really showing out 3 sacks and interception. He's a team leader in tackles. Henley can do everything you ask him. He's sideline to sideline speed. He's actually a converted receiver towards linebacker. And he's got good coverage skills for it. So shout out to Dan Henley. He's an up and rising player. If y'all don't know the name, you better recognize it soon because Henley's that good.
No, he's always been that guy since his Washington State days.
Billy Maher with a $4.99 in the chat. Where the hell is the damn?
There it is.
Billy Maher with $4.99. Secretly
Secondary.
Secondary looked better this past weekend and allowed the pass rushers to go to work. If JPJ can stop grabbing wide receivers, we might really have something. I agree. And I think a lot of it has to do with the Steelers putting Ramsey at safety, him communicating with his guys behind him, and really them playing a lot of 2 high safeties. They're not playing the 1 high or a single high safety with
Duggar or whoever's playing strong in the box. They have the 2 high safeties, which limits everything and allows these coverage guys to actually cover. It gives them some backup behind them, and then that opens everything up for the pass rush, which is why TJ and Highsmith had strip sacks, which is why Sawyer got a pick, which is why Peyton Wilson off the edge is a dangerous weapon to use, right?
Yep.
More of that is how this defense is going to continue to grow, and maybe they can run it back for sure.
But that's the question: is can they stay consistent? Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to get 6 takeaways again. That'd be great and all.
It's impossible.
But is that going to happen? I highly doubt, especially versus a Chargers offense that is protective of the football and is very, very good.
No, but if they can force a turnover or 2, I think that would be the difference maker in this game by the Steelers defense.
But that's the thing, like we're not expecting, 6 takeaways and whatnot, but the expectation now is for the defense to keep it up, to be consistent.
Yes.
That's the question, is can they be consistent? But after seeing the performance that they had versus the Colts, now having another big test versus Chargers, the expectation and desire is like, okay, go out there and do it again. I'm sure the players and the personnel understand that. I mean, like, you want to continue on the way that you performed. You want to keep this train rolling. You want to have performances like that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get takeaways or whatnot, just get constant pressure on Herbig. Try to bring him down for a couple sacks, especially going up against a beat up and rough offensive line.
The
Chargers
have one of the worst lines in the league at the moment because both their tackles are out and they commit a lot of penalties. So I don't think there's any way the Steelers don't have a good game versus this O-line. But I will also say that we've seen this matchup with the Steelers pass rush before where they are projected to go dominant against a weak O-line and they don't.
Like the Bengals offensive line?
Like the Bengals, or I'll take you to the Texans game in 2023 when C.J. Stroud had his rookie year. Their line was hurt and depleted. Kendrick fucking Green was their starting left guard in that game. And I don't think the defense came away with a single sack.
I don't think we did.
So there are games in the past where they should dominate the line of scrimmage. They should dominate that O-line, and the defense doesn't. I'm hoping that's not occurring in this one, man. The way the defense played last week, that's exactly the momentum they can build on. They have a favorable matchup. They have to get to Herbert. They have to eat again this week. Everybody's got to step it up. In fact, a big benefit of that pass rush were the 3 edge rusher blitzes. We got to saw Watt rush interior. We saw Herbig rush interior. Sawyer rush interior, right? Any swap, any formation they want to run, it's effective.
And they finally got back to the good balance of using their edge rushers. I mean, Watt, of course, led the charge with 61 snaps, but you saw Highsmith, he had 48 snaps. Herbig finally got an increase in snaps compared to the 2 primetime games versus the Bengals and Packers, where we hardly saw Herbig. He had 40 snaps. And even Sawyer had some good playing time. He had 20.
Yeah.
So you see the good balance that they're trying to get back to with the edge core, and they just got to keep that up. They have to keep at it.
Well, that's exactly what they did versus the Browns, and it worked so well. Then they stepped away from it the last 2 games up until the Colts, and look, it worked out. So don't step away from what's working. As a secondary or as a defense, don't step away with what's working. Ramsey's working. Eccles is working in the slot. The 2 high safeties are working. And the blitz packages with your 3 edge rushers is working. You got the speed, you got the power, you got the depth to do it. That is what's effective. Versus the Chargers, do not give Gadsden the time. Do not give him the room. Same thing with a guy like McConkey. Don't give Herbert the opportunity.
No.
And obviously, I don't want to sleep on their running back, Vidal. Kamani Vidal.
No.
Or Vidal.
No, and of course, the Chargers have dealt with injuries at running back. Hampton's on IR, and unfortunately, Najee sustained an Achilles tear. He's out for the rest of the year. But, their 3rd string back, Vidal, he's stepped in, and he's filled in quite nicely over the past number of weeks.
Yes, he has.
And you don't want to sleep on that. You don't want to sleep on him and his capabilities and how he's been able to fill in nicely up until Hampton comes back, of course, in, a couple of weeks from now?
Yeah, should be 2 weeks tops, I believe. He could be back.
But nonetheless, you don't want to sleep on that kind of back.
But he's kind of a strange back because you're either going to get 1 or 2 things from Vidal. Is you're going to get either a 100-yard game and a breakout, or you're going to get 30 yards or less. And that's kind of been the story with him all year. Is he'll either break out for triple digits, or he'll be a complete non-factor.
Right.
And I think that's what the Steelers got to do, is make him a complete non-factor and let their pass rush eat. let them eat. And I honestly think that interiorly, the Steelers have a good matchup too. Bradley Bozeman versus Benton, or Bradley Bozeman versus Hayward, or Bradley Bozeman versus Harmon, I think is a good matchup. Zion Johnson versus Harmon, I think is a good matchup for Harmon for sure.
Yeah.
So I think overall, our front seven has the makings of having another really good game. It's just a matter of them showing up, them running the proper schemes or the proper formations to get to Herbert, and just keep running with what is working. Again, consistency is key with the Steelers right now. Good timing, Ricky. My guy, Ricky, you got really good timing.
He says, with a 199, he says, question, could his team win the Super Bowl?
No.
Not under Mike Tomlin. I still don't trust the man. I don't trust the coaching staff overall, but him leading the charge?
No.
I mean, we say that several times, almost every week, really.
Steelers fan page 23 says, do y'all think we will end up drafting a quarterback, or is Will Howard going to be a chance, or going to get a chance? I'll go with your second question. I don't know if Will Howard's going to get the chance. I'd like him to. You draft him in the 6th round. What hurt does it to give him the shot? I'm not saying give him the shot, gift it to him. Give him some competition, obviously, whether that's a rookie or whatever.
Have him earn it.
But I like to give him an opportunity. Will they draft a quarterback? I think they will. They're doing everything. They did everything this offseason to preserve as many picks, to get as many picks as possible so they could trade up for a quarterback, which is why they were so safe with the picks during the trade deadline. They didn't want to give up so much because their intention is to keep those to eventually trade up or stack as many to fix so many other areas on the team. And I think a lot of it is surrounded by the idea of them drafting a quarterback in Pittsburgh. The story writes itself. Are the quarterbacks this upcoming class that great? As of right now, no. I'm not really sold on a lot of them. And frankly, some of the better ones I like probably won't declare. They'll return. So, frankly, like Dante Moore, Ty Simpson, Arch Manning, obviously he's not going to declare. All those guys are probably going to return for another year.
Yeah.
And Fernando Mendoza, who has a good matchup this week, by the way, he's looking like probably the best one. You got John Mateer. He's looking solid. But, I mean, Lenore Sellers is probably one of my favorites, but I don't think he's day one ready. The class isn't looking that great. It's not. Unless they have a good finish, a good finale these next couple months. There's definitely some potential. There's definitely some high ceilings there. It's just in terms of day one ready, I don't know if you're going to get that guy.
That also depends if A-Rod decides to come back for one more year.
Yes.
But the assumption is that this is A-Rod's last year. I think he even said it himself before the season started, that this could be his last year. Now, I don't know if that's going to change just based off how he's performing and how he's adapted to the Steel City, him in Pittsburgh and whatnot. Like, he was even at the Pens game just a couple weeks ago. So it's like he's kind of adapted the Pittsburgh culture. And he's having a lot of fun out there. He's playing good still at his age. Maybe he does want to come back another year.
Well, let's be honest.
If the Steelers want that, of course they're going to try to make that happen.
I would welcome Rodgers back next year. I would.
I'm not opposed to it, especially if they're considering drafting a quarterback and you have that guy sit. I mean, I feel like that's the ideal situation because you don't want to thrust a guy out there immediately.
Sure.
Especially the way the quarterback class is kind of looking at the very moment.
See, but in that sense, you look at a guy like Will Howard, I'll be honest with you. I mean, based off what he did last year and him sitting under A-Rod for a year or potentially 2 now,
yeah,
you could honestly just let Howard sit under Rodgers another year if he wants to return, and then give him the opportunity, along with a rookie in 2027, if they want to wait that long. I just don't know if Omar and company do. I don't. It really all depends on who declares. It really does.
Yeah.
I just don't see Dante Moore or Ty Simpson declaring. Arch obviously isn't because he's way too early into his collegiate career.
Yeah.
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, because I don't want the Steelers, just because the draft is taking place in Pittsburgh, I don't want the Steelers to select a quarterback if he's not good enough.
Well,
like, don't
they
select.
made that error before.
They did. That was with Colbert. But under Khan, I don't want them to have the thought process of, oh, let's select a quarterback because we're in Pittsburgh right here. Let's go for a good moment. Like, if none of the quarterbacks are catching your eye, or you just don't have a good gut feeling with these quarterbacks, then don't draft one.
Tomlin will probably just draft a Pitt quarterback again. Well, I mean, he's looking. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since finally being inserted as the quarterback, he's looking good. He's just obviously not. He's a freshman.
He's 18 years old.
He's a freshman.
So he's gonna be there for another 3 years ideally, if he continues his performance.
Something about that Mason kid is just, I don't know. So football players and Masons, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's just a thing with me and quarterbacks. I don't know.
And keep in mind, Mason's here another year. He did sign a 2-year deal.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I don't know. That's for next year, of course.
Yeah, man, I do like Noah Sellers a lot. I really do. Kate, I really do. I really like Sellers. I think his ceiling is very high. He's tough. He's very mobile. He's got the arm talent. It's just a matter of everything up here, reading a defense and, learning an NFL offense, which is easily teachable. There's certain things he's got to learn as a quarterback, but again, under the right coaching, under the right system, I think his ceiling's very high.
And him sitting would just be a big benefactor in that.
Yeah. Because I already like that, he scans the field. He's mobile. He uses his legs. What I want to see more from him, though, from Sellers specifically, he needs to stay in the pocket a little more. He needs to be able to read a defense. And he already has the arm talent. He has the accuracy. It's just stay in the pocket. Okay? Like, I get you want to use your legs, you want to bail, and that's kind of where your bread and butter is. Throw on the run, give yourself some extra time, some extra protection. Stay in the pocket. You got to stay in the pocket. If you're going to be a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, you got to learn to stay in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But that's teachable. That's very teachable. So, yeah, I mean, if I had to give you like a top 3 at the moment, I'd probably say no in particular order: Mendoza, Sellers, or Mateer.
Okay.
Or Newsmeyer, too. I don't think he's going to be a first. And I don't see these Steelers taking a quarterback not in the first round. Or outside the first round.
If they don't take quarterback first round, it's got to be wide receiver. And I already see people in the chat saying Carnell Tate.
Carnell Tate's going to be a top 5 pick, man.
Yeah, there's no way Tate...
Who's more than worth trading up for, by
yes,
the way.
he would. Like, if you want to lock down wide receiver, because you already got DK for 5 years. After this year or before. But if you want to lock down wide receiver too, like, for good, trading for a guy like Carnell Tate would 100% be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an Ohio State wide receiver. He's balling out right now. He's dynamic.
Wide receiver university.
Like exactly. Like, Tate would fit in like a glove for the Steelers, that wide receiver.
Yes.
Like, he would fill that void. He would fill that position. Do they trade up for a wide receiver? I don't see them doing so. I don't.
But you also, you can't forget. I mean, receiver this upcoming draft is going to be pretty nice.
It is.
Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. You got Lemon out of USC. I know the Steelers don't take players out of USC very often, but they also have been very well open to taking people from the West Coast a little more. Vitanu was from Washington. So they're very open from taking guys out of the West Coast, which I think they didn't do often in Colbert's years, and they're doing more in Khan's years, so he's definitely up for grabs. Chris Bazell from Tennessee is another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Receiver's going to be a good class this year. It's just a matter of where they take one. And yeah, I agree. We also need a guard because Sayamalo ain't going to be here. In fact, how many of these are going to be splashes in free agency? They ain't got to worry about no comp for them because they did that this year. They didn't make splashes in free agency because they wanted all the comp picks for this upcoming draft.
Yeah, they should still have a pretty good amount of cap space to spend too.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to be safe and not make any splash moves in free agency for a second straight year. This upcoming offseason, they should go crazy in free agency to fill a lot of these holes. That way, most of them are filled. You can trade however much for whoever you want and still fill some of the needs.
Yeah.
Sage Flores says, I just joined, boys. Can you give a quick recap on your opinions on these fucking idiots not making a trade? Sorry in advance. Well, I don't know if you saw our video that we uploaded. What was Tuesday?
After Tuesday's deadline, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with them not making a move. I know they wanted to preserve the picks. They wanted to protect the picks. They wanted to protect day 3 picks because they want to trade up for whoever next season. It's going to take more than day 3 picks to trade up. You're going to have to trade serious capital for future years to trade up, especially in the first round. So I don't know why they have a plan to trade up when they want to protect something that's not going to be enough to do what they want to do in the draft. I feel like they could have been worthy enough of trading such picks and ideally extending that guy. I think that was the caveat is, yeah, they don't want to give up so much and then not keep him. The point of trading the picks was keeping the guy, whoever that might be, at whatever position. You trade the picks, you have the comps coming in to essentially make up for those, and then you grab your guy, you fill position, and you extend them long term, fulfilling that need at a cheap price. At a cheap price.
Yeah, it's what, 2 day 3 picks.
But they didn't.
What, a 4th and a 6th. I mean, like, I find that to be quite doable. I mean, ain't that exactly what Myers was traded for to the Jags, a 4th and a 6th?
Yeah.
Was that exactly it? And that's a man that, you know, stepped up for the Raiders, an ideal wide receiver too, and consistent hands at that. He would have solved the drop issues. You throw the ball his direction, basically he's going to catch it. That's what you want in a wide receiver too. A wide receiver overall, but wide receiver too. That's obviously not the case now, of course.
Well, I also look at it this way. The Steelers are projected to have 2 4ths, 2 5ths, I think 1 or 2 6ths, and a bunch of 7ths. Because don't forget, they did that 6-7 trade for Kyle Duggar. And what was that pick swap for Ramsey and Minka and Jonnu? What was the whole trade situation? What was the whole trade?
I don't even remember. I can't remember.
The Steelers received Ramsey in a 2027 5th.
Oh, so that's for 2 years.
Well, yes.
That's for 2 years.
Well,
so.
the Steelers received Jonnu. Yeah, the Steelers received Jonnu, Ramsey in a 2027 5th. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Let me find an actual article. AI, listen, there's a reason why AI...
Yeah, you can't trust it sometimes. No, it's AI. It's supposed to be right.
They say computers are smarter than us. I actually disagree. All right, can I get a simplistic tweet
What
here?
is the actual terms? You probably have to search it up.
The Dolphins are sending a 2027 7th round pick to the Steelers and will receive a 2027 5th round pick back from Pittsburgh. So they traded picks from 2027.
Yes. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Okay. So yeah, if I'm correct, they're projected 2 4ths, 2 5ths, a 6th because they traded 1 for Duggar, and like 2 7ths next year. If I'm correct, based off of the trade for Duggar, when that falls in, when all that comes into play, right? When that's all confirmed, I think that's the draft picks they're gonna have day 3. I feel like they had plenty of the trade, they didn't. It is what it is. We move on. We focus on Calvin. We focus on Roman to make plays. Sellers is Fields 2.0. See, I think he can be better than. I get what you're saying. And a lot of people also think, well, Sellers is Anthony Richardson 2.0. I think he's better than Richardson. I get the comparison. I see it. I think he's got better arm talent than Richardson. Richardson might have the stronger arm, but he's got no accuracy. I think Sellers has accuracy.
Yeah.
The only comparison I see of Fields is that he can't read a defense. But I think that's coachable under the right coaching. Fields didn't have the right coaching. And Fields is just what he is at this point. I mean, when you go to the Bears, I mean, come on. When you go to the Bears, the quarterback graveyard. Like, that's how bad they are.
Yeah.
And I do have concerns of the Steelers developing a quarterback and drafting the right guy. I always say you're only as good as coaching, right? But either way, they're going to draft someone. I think that's going to be this upcoming offseason.
Yeah.
It really all depends on who declares. Have we been to Washington, D.C.? Yes, we have.
Yes, a couple times actually.
Couple times?
Twice.
You're
Yes,
right.
twice. Both for wrestling events, funny enough.
Yes.
We were actually at the first AEW Dynamite show that took place at the Capital One Arena, Washington, D.C.
And we were at the same arena for the last Raw show before COVID hit.
That's right.
That was a scary adventure, huh?
We got to see Edge.
We did.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw Edge when I was 10 years old at Hershey, and I got to see him in Washington, D.C. It was like a...
He Spirit MVP. I remember that.
I don't remember that.
I do.
Anyway. Steelers isn't a small dude like Murray and Fields. No, he's a prototypical Steelers-sized quarterback who's very athletic and big.
Yes.
It's crazy, right?
He's your ideal... When you look at his intangibles, he's your ideal quarterback.
After the Steelers defense took care of business versus the Colts in Heinz Field, now let's hope we do the same Sunday night against the Chargers, says Ryan. I agree. David Kern says 1 first, 1 second, 3/3, 2 fourths, 1 fifth, 2 sixths, and 2 sevenths. Oh, so only 1 fifth. Oh. I thought we had 2 fifths. In fact, we have 1 fifth and 2 sixths. Okay. Either way, it's a shit ton of day 3 picks.
Well, still, you can't trade a handful of those for a wide receiver too.
I think we can get a better wide receiver first 2 rounds than overpaying at the deadline, MVS, and getting OBJ. Hopefully, we can do something with that. OBJ, is he retired? Is he retired? Did he retire yet? He's 33 years old.
No, he's still available. I don't want OBJ.
See, based off of what we didn't do, what does it hurt? You know what I mean?
You're not seriously considering.
No, like I don't want him. I'm just saying, like, if it happens, what does it hurt? Like, I'm not going to be pounding the table for Odell Beckham Jr. Go get this guy. No, that's not going to be me. But if it does happen, it's just like, okay, whatever. What does it hurt?
I mean, at that point, just like MVS, it's literally just like whatever.
Yeah.
That's literally what it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, you already have him on the practice squad, MVS that is. I mean, like,
Have you ever been?
are they just going to run with him?
Have you ever been to the West Coast? No.
No.
Never
at
been-
at least not yet.
Never been to. Is Vegas considered the West Coast? I guess it is, right? Never been to Vegas. Never been to Cali. Never been to Washington State. Never been to none of that. Never.
On the opposite side of the country now.
We've never left the East Coast. We haven't even been to Chicago or the Dakotas or anything like that. We haven't even been outside of the East Coast. I think the farthest we've traveled was the Carolinas. Belly Maher with a 199 says Brock Bowers went from 40 points to 4. 4 right now?
Does he only got 4? Because I got him starting in fantasy.
The Broncos defense is the Broncos defense is the reason they're 7-2.
Yeah, that's
not Bo Nix.
Their defense is legit.
Bo Nix is not good.
That's actually a defense that I want. Bro, they got like 45 plus sacks already, counting the sacks they got today.
Yeah. Yeah,
like that's a pass rush. That's a defense I would love the Steelers to have.
Who's their coordinator by some chance?
Vance Joseph, their former head coach from years ago.
Dang.
I think it's his 2nd year, or maybe 3rd. He's been there a couple years. I know that.
Right.
He's a hell of a DC.
I want us to get younger next year. I don't want to hear this old stuff anymore.
I hear you.
When you're the one that said getting OBJ was. I'm just.
I don't want OBJ.
Now next year, yeah, we gotta get younger. You gotta get Slay. The only old guy I'd consider keeping is Rodgers.
Yeah,
if the right quarterback isn't there.
Yeah, Bowers had 3.7. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that 31-yard catch, and that's it. God, the Raiders suck.
Did you give up on Howard? No. Why would I give up on Howard? He hasn't played.
Yeah. What?
No. Unchained. No. No. I think New York's a bunch of idiots. That's as far as I'll go with that.
We actually only been to New York one time. We were like, what? Not even 10?
I don't remember.
Maybe we were 10.
I don't remember how old we were, but I remember it was 2011, and the Freedom Tower, One World Trade Center, was halfway built.
I do remember walking past Times Square.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. As an 11-year-old, yeah, that was interesting.
An 11-year-old that's never been outside the state. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting trip.
No, but there was a cool ass like Toys R Us. There was like a Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
in that
back
Toys R
when
Us.
Toys R Us was a thing.
Yes.
Age yourself. Toys R Us. Who remembers Kmart? Blockbuster. Yes. Age yourself. I just aged myself.
The good old days.
I still don't know what this means. I'm aging myself, right? We need to draft a young cornerback is as important as wide receiver too. Yeah, for sure. I think day 2 we should draft a corner.
If
We got to get faster. We got to get
yes,
younger there
like I don't disagree, but I don't trust Tomlin
to develop a corner.
No, I don't.
I know. I'm aware.
You're better off signing a big name free agent.
Well, let's just
like
say
Joe Hayden.
History doesn't point well to us when it comes to drafting corners. It doesn't. How are we in week 10? By the way, it's week 10. We're already in the double-digit weeks.
Yeah.
Week 10 is now. I think the Broncos are about to close out the game. Here we are talking about the draft, which is never too early.
No.
I think making mock drafts is crazy, but, talking about the draft is never too early for me. The mock draft part's where I kind of like, okay.
Like, slow your roll
You don't even know if this guy's going to declare.
Exactly. So it's just like, all right, can we wait till, like, college season is actually done with?
Kate says get a receiver in a second or a corner. I would go, this is what I think they're going to do. I think it's going to be a receiver or a quarterback, then a receiver, then a corner. If we can bring A-Rod back, I'd go receiver, corner, and then guard. But that's before we even make any moves in free agency.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go make a splash for a receiver or a guard or a corner, please. I wanted them to do that this offseason, and they didn't.
Yeah. But Autumn with a 999, he says, "Hey, Steel Twins, how are the Broncos 7-2? I'm watching them play the Raiders. In the first 3 quarters, they did practically nothing. This is the most boring Thursday night game ever."
Yeah.
Even worse than the Broncos and Colts with Russell Wilson versus Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that sucked.
That was awful.
No one scored that game.
That was awful.
No one scored that game. I remember that very vividly.
Yeah, the game's over. 10-7, Broncos win. Broncos are always a second half football team.
Could Klubnik be an
That's
option? No. Klubnik, out of every quarterback, dropped his stock the most.
Yeah, I have not been impressed with Klubnik.
Klubnik sucks. No. I was excited to see what he did this year. I'm like, no, hard pass.
Nope.
Day 3 pick. Not even joking. Howard needs his shot before we consider someone new, man. Drafting another quarterback in the early rounds is only going to kill his confidence. He's the future. He just needs his shot, says Sage Floors. I don't know if it'll kill his confidence. I think there'll be a bigger chip on his shoulder. But I see what you're saying. I would love to give Howard a shot, whether that's with a quarterback if they draft one this year or just giving him the shot with, I don't know, giving him the shot before you draft a quarterback. I don't know. I think it's worth the opportunity.
Yeah. That's all I really want for the Steelers to do to Will Howard is just give him the chance. Give him a fair opportunity.
Yeah.
Tom Marth said himself, we selected you because of your work ethic. Like, they know how much of a football junkie Will Howard is.
Well, I'm going to compare it to Mason a little bit. The only thing is Mason was never going to get his chance with Ben still at quarterback. They don't have a Ben at quarterback. They don't have a franchise at quarterback to keep Howard down. So they have no excuses at giving him the opportunity this time around, right? No excuses at all if they want to give it to him. Hypothetical scenario, 40-yard field goal to win the Super Bowl. Would you guys rather have Boz kicking with his left foot or Josh Scobie? Boz kicking with his left foot.
No matter, I don't care what foot, Boswell is making it.
If it wasn't for Josh Scobie,
and I would put money on it, and I'm not a betting person.
If it wasn't for Josh Scobie, we wouldn't have Boswell. So
yeah, so thanks, Josh.
Shout out to Josh Scobie. I went through that Thursday night game versus the Ravens with Mike Vick starting.
Dude, we went through 4 kickers that year.
Yeah, we did.
Because it started with Schweezum, but he got hurt in the Hall of Fame game.
versus the Vikings. Then we signed Garrett Hartley. He got hurt in preseason. Then we traded for Josh Scobie, and we know how bad he was. Then we finally settled for Boz.
Right.
I remember that, bro. What was that, 2014? No. 2015. Yeah, I remember that, bro.
Remix says, yeah, I would keep Aaron and surround him around young guys next year for the cheap. Steelers have to pay the guys we would have traded for. Either way, I think they still got to cough up some dough and making some moves in free agency, but I would agree. Yeah, surround him with the young guys for sure. If Rodgers continues to play well this year and he can show you he can come back for one more year, by all means. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that'd help a guy like Will Howard, or if they do want to draft a quarterback, that'd help him too.
Yeah.
Wherever way they want to go. I think keeping Aaron next year at the quarterback position where we're at might be the best case.
As long as he keeps up his play to which he's been playing very good football, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm not opposed.
We got Billy Maher with 199 says, congrats Sauce Gardner on not being a Jet. Yeah, that might be the biggest win all week. That's the Jets' biggest win all week, is that he was a Jet, got the news, and then did not become a Jet. That was the biggest win all week.
He went. What were the Jets? 1-6.
Yes.
He went from 1-6 to 7 or is it 6-2? 7-2. 7-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good for Sauce. And he gets to. I believe he's going to travel to England. No, it's Berlin. I'm sorry, Berlin.
When's
for
that
the
game?
9:30.
Next week? Or this Sunday?
This Sunday.
That's this Sunday?
This Sunday. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, the Colts are playing in Berlin. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Who are they facing?
Actually, I don't remember. Hold on, let me check.
I gotta get up at 9 a.m. on Sunday to watch some football.
Yes, football.
It's about 12 full hours
The
of football.
Falcons. The Falcons.
You know what? That actually might be decent. That might be decent.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm kind of hyped for that.
Yeah, Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
Get the Keurig machine hot and running. Let's go.
yeah,
I'm up for that.
Yeah, I'll brew some coffee. I'll make us some breakfast, and then we can watch some football. Oh yeah.
Either we make a splash and trade up for someone, or we get as many picks and get some dogs. Well, I'll say this about Khan, man. His last couple classes have been really good lately. Like, everyone's starting to come around. Not all of them have been hits, especially some of the later day 3 picks. Granted, there's not many later day 3 picks that are going to hit. You're not going to get a Brady or an AB every single time. But, his 4th round picks have definitely hit lately with McCormick, Herbig. Sawyer's looking solid so far.
Yes, he has.
His 1st round tackles are really starting to get everything in place. We'll see what Caleb Johnson can do. He's not having a great rookie year. He's also not getting a lot of reps. So Roman Wilson's not also looking great right now. But at the same time, same thing. He's not getting a lot of reps either. It's like these guys aren't getting the opportunity.
Roman was doing, outside of him not really getting more opportunities than we'd like for him to see, he was doing fine up until he decided to hurdle for some reason. I don't know why. In a moment like that you got to hurdle, just move forward.
Yeah.
Like Tomlin said, it was a boneheaded move. It was a boneheaded mistake. I can only hope that Roman learns from it.
What do you guys think looked cooler? The Twin Towers, when they were there, still there, RIP and prayers, or Freedom Tower, One World Trade Center? Twin Towers. Because they were the skyline in New York for 30 years.
Yeah, of course.
Like
they were in, Die Hard with a Vengeance. They were showcased a lot in that movie.
They're showcased in every movie.
Little Nicky, they are in the, if you guys know Little Nicky starring Adam Sandler, they are in the cover. Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Kevin was on top of the damn tower.
Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man. They had the Twin Towers in the poster. They took it down because of obviously what happened.
Yes.
But no, I mean, even back then, they had newspapers or postcards, and they would be staples. I mean, yeah, I would rather keep the Twin Towers, which obviously,
Yes.
I'm not going to get into that, but rest in peace. Rest in peace. By the way, speaking of rest in peace, man, just gotta point out to you, man. Obviously, we all know what happened this morning. We found out the heartbreaking news of
Marshawn Nealon of the Cowboys, he is gone. He passed away, 24 years old, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yes.
And
according to the police report.
Yeah, according to the police report. And yeah, he was showing, certain thoughts and feelings in the days and months coming. And it's just a very unfortunate situation. It's another example that, you never know what anyone's going through. You never really do. The guy scored a touchdown on Monday, and now he's no longer on this planet, right?
Yes.
It's unfortunate. You never know what's going on up here with people. Like, this isn't talked about enough. Mental health is not talked about enough. There's not enough research put into it. Like, it is a serious matter everywhere. Like, it is a legitimate disease. It is a demon, like, literally. Like, it's as bad as drugs and alcohol. It takes over, and it's not talked about how much it affects people, because we know people that's been through it. We know people that go through it every day. Some people aren't here no more, unfortunately. It's not discussed enough. So to yourselves, if you're going through it, to someone you know that's going through it, check on them, check on yourselves, talk to people. You're not vulnerable. You're not. You're strong when you reach out. Reach out. Ask for help. You never, it's an unfortunate situation, right?
No, 100% agree with you, brother. You're never alone. Like, if you're dealing with something mentally, it doesn't make you vulnerable.
No.
Letting it out,
No.
I can tell you from experience, believe me, letting it out and talking to somebody it helps you, bro. It's a huge benefactor. It literally feels like like weight is lifted off your shoulders because you let it out, and you need to let it out. Bottling it up does not do you any favors.
No,
it doesn't.
You gotta let it out.
Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel
weak.
Don't
You're
feel
not
soft
weak.
to let it out. Talk to somebody. Let yourself be known on what you're going through. Let somebody know what you're going through. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Don't feel afraid. Don't feel weak. Don't feel vulnerable. Talk to somebody.
Agreed, man. Rest in peace to Marshawn Freeland, man. Or Nealon. It's an unfortunate situation. 24 years old.
Very, very young, bro.
Very, very young. And it was Matt Rule, actually, the head coach for Nebraska. He said it best. He scored a touchdown on Monday, but deep down inside, when he's not with his brothers in arms wearing the pads, it eats him up. Look at Chester Bennington, right? One of the greatest vocalists ever for one of the greatest bands of all time, Linkin Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was an interview I seen where he said that when he's with, his band members or family, when he's out socializing, he's best version of himself. He's having a great time. But when he's alone in a room, dark, up here, it's a scary place. And,
Well, not just him, Robin Williams, bro.
Yeah, like,
I don't think anybody would have ever imagined Robin Williams doing such a thing.
There's too many
or
instances.
dealing with what he dealt with.
There's too many instances, man. It's sad. It's something that's, I think is very avoidable. But, some people, it's just, the battles are too tough, right? So, yeah, always reach out.
Always.
And yes, his girlfriend did know. Yeah, she did. I mean, I think a lot of people know. It's just, I'm sure, they're feeling the grief right now, and they're probably feeling some guilt because they're fighting with themselves, thinking that they could have done something. And I'm not going to go down that pipeline because, it's just one of those things, man. Yeah. Look out for each other. Look out for yourselves. Look out for your loved ones. At the end of the day, you are loved. You matter. Take care of yourselves. Rest in peace, man. And yes, to continue on, I hate to be, continuing on the bad situation here. Antonio Brown got arrested. Antonio Brown got arrested for attempted murder charges.
Yeah. AB, bro.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to y'all that this was AB was one of my favorite players growing up. Like, I'd probably say ever. This dude was so dominant. What this dude did between 2013 and 2018 will probably never be done again. That's how dominant he was. Multiple 100-yard seasons, multiple 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1,800-yard seasons, double-digit touchdown seasons. It ain't never going to be done again. And I will forever hate how it ended, because this guy is a Hall of Fame talent. This guy is a Hall of Famer, but he never will get the Hall of Fame gold jacket.
No.
Never will.
He'll never be put in the Hall of Honor for the Steelers.
No, and he's arguably the greatest wide receiver in Steelers history. He was that talented.
Like Ward probably forever will have the stats.
Well, biased-wise, I think Ward is. It's just my favorite Steeler of all
But
time.
if we want to talk about dominance and consistency level
and talent,
and maybe even work ethic at that, not to say that Ward didn't have work ethic, but for AB to have the seasons that he did and do it at a consistent rate, that took a lot of work ethic. That took a lot of discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. And nobody, and I'm telling you right now, nobody outworked AB during that entire era. You had D-Hop, you had Dez, you had Odell, you had Julio, who else?
AJ Green.
You had Calvin in his later years. But at that time, nobody outworked and outclassed AB on the field. Nobody.
And the way it ended
It sucks.
It's because of his ego. Because something up there fucking just could not be contained. And AB couldn't contain it.
No, man. And I think it does all stem from that perfect hit. I know everybody looks at that and CTE started there. But literally, like, you look at certain moments and it's a downward effect. It all started there. It absolutely all started there.
And then AB with, leaving the Steelers, being traded to the Raiders. They even last what?
Last past the preseason.
Barely 6 months with them, right?
He threw what at Mike Mayock, their GM at the time. He got released. I'm free. He runs out of his house.
Went to the Patriots, then was there for what? A handful of games, then got cut by Belichick because of drama situation.
And then Tom Brady again tries to help him out, throw him a lending hand, goes to the Bucks and wins a fucking Super Bowl with the Bucks, which hurt me because I'm like, bro.
AB won a championship with Tom Brady.
With Tom Brady and not Ben. I'm like.
And then the next.
I'll never get over that.
What was it? The next season, I think. I mean, we all saw the last moment of AB on an NFL football field. Literally took his uniform off on the sideline. Basically told Bruce Arians, I'm done. Forget this. I'm done.
Yeah.
Takes his uniform off and just starts waving his hands, running back to the locker room, just saying bye to the crowd. That was the last we ever saw AB on an NFL field.
Yeah.
And then more drama stories just come up about, throwing stuff off his balcony and almost hitting an infant, and then, just whatever else AB did. And now this.
Yeah.
The downfall of Antonio Brown. It's unfortunate to see. And now it could very well lead to him going to prison.
For attempted murder charges, bro. Sucks. It sucks, man. I just hate how it ended and where it's going. Because 10 years ago, this guy was the best player in the NFL. Like, literally, he really was.
I hate to see it happen, but, I mean, like, this was a fear, because considering that AB never slowed down and never stopped with his shenanigans. Like, considering what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was the fear. Like, eventually something worse is going to go down, and this is it right here.
Yeah. And, yeah, CT is real. Remix, you're absolutely right. CT is absolutely real.
It is.
And it sucks they can't diagnose it until they examine the brain after death. They did that with Mike Webster.
He was the first one diagnosed.
Yeah.
Junior Seau, he dealt with it.
So Junior Seau really dealt with it. That Steelers lineman from the 90s. I can never pronounce his last name, but Justin. I'm gonna search him up.
Yeah.
You guys know his story. He suffered from it real bad.
Yes, he did. Numerous
Justin,
players.
How do you say his last name? I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah.
Sturgill Chuck. Justin Sturgill.
Yeah.
I'm totally saying that wrong. Either way, yeah. Like, yeah, it's serious. Chris Benoit, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
I remember where I was when I heard about that.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when all that came about.
Bro, we were only 7.
Yeah. Yeah. That was some crazy stuff, dude. It really was.
Unbelievable.
Do you guys dislike the Patriots or Ravens more? Ravens. Way, way more.
Yeah, Ravens, I would say.
Now, who do y'all hate more? The Ravens, Bengals, or the Browns? I'll probably still say the Ravens. Just be real with y'all.
See, I don't know.
It's weird, right? The word hate is thrown around a little too much, right? And I know it's said all the time. It is a strong word. It's one of those things where I hate the Ravens. I hate the Bengals. I hate the Browns. I will never dislike them. I will never have enjoyment in seeing any of them succeed. Never. Unless they're representing the Steelers shield, I will never be a fan of them succeeding because they are a divisional rival forever and always.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Steelers players, people always throw around what's with the so-and-so hate. It's not hate regarding anyone that represents the Steelers. Why would I hate anyone that represents the 3 stars, the Steelers shield, the black and gold, the stripes? Why would I hate any of that? I hate the division rivals. I don't hate anyone on the Steelers. It's called criticism. There's a fine line between hate and criticism. There's no hate ever regarding anyone that represents the Steelers. There's always criticism, though, as a fan.
That's just how it is.
Ravens now, but in Ben's day, it was the Patriots, but I truly hate the Chiefs. Okay, I'll give you that one. I don't like the Chiefs either.
Nah, the Chiefs, no. It was cool seeing the Bills knock them off, though, which, I predicted.
Digital Dusted said, I do hate the Ravens and Patriots. Yeah. I don't think I have as much hate for the Patriots anymore because Brady's gone. But here they are getting the reincarnation of a quarterback. I'm like, come on,
I'm
bro.
actually not surprised by that.
Drake May's good.
I've always liked Drake May coming out of, North Carolina? And Mike Vrabel, we always knew he was a good head coach.
The Titans messed that up.
Big time. Big time. I don't know what they thought.
Lindsey J says, I hate Ravens the most. Yeah, I think we all do. As a Steelers fan that lives in Cincy, definitely the Bengals. Okay, well, that's reasonable because you live in that.
Yeah.
You live in Cincy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
See, what I do for work, I deliver in Ravens country.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're like, I don't know, a half hour or so away from Baltimore. They like the amount of Ravens fans I see is too much for my liking. Gary Lavelle with one announced the Steelers will part ways with Tomlin after 1 round exit. I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will. Also, Steelers, Ravens fans hate Steelers the most. That's fine. The feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. So younger fans should hate Ravens and Patriots for sure. I totally get that. Remix says, I respect the Ravens more than any of them. I want to see those games more. Yeah, those AFC North Steelers versus Ravens matchups, you can't miss. I don't care who's starting. You can't miss it.
Bro,
It's just the aspect of the rivalry, right?
remember the COVID game where it was constantly postponed?
Yes.
And whatnot? It was literally Big Ben and RG3 on a random Wednesday afternoon. Or Wednesday evening, I should say.
That's right.
And then it was like, what was it? Like more than 16 million tuned in or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a high, viewed in game for that one.
Football fans will not miss on any good football.
Doesn't matter what day it is.
No. They will not miss out on any good football, especially when it comes to Steelers and Ravens. They're always tough. They're always close. They're always tight, especially in the regular season. The playoff game was a different story. I don't want to go there, but
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, in the regular season, bro, you better be sit down with whatever beverage you like, with some wings or whatever you want to eat, and you're going to enjoy that football game. When is that first game for us? That's December, isn't it?
December. I don't know what day it is in December, though.
December 7th.
So, okay, early in the month.
Fun.
There'll be the first December game for the Steelers then.
That'll be at M&T Bank Stadium.
It'll be after the Bills game. Oh.
So we got them on December 7th. So that's going to open the December months, and then we face the Ravens
to end the season.
to end the season.
The regular season.
Yes.
Could be in the postseason.
You guys probably don't remember the Steelers-Orioles rivalry with Bum Phillips. No, we were too young.
No.
Too young. Way too young for that. That was definitely before our time.
Yeah, because the Oilers didn't turn to the Titans till what? Mid-90s?
I don't know.
Was it mid-90s? I know Jeff Fisher was still the coach. When he was a good coach.
99.
99.
Okay, so you
So
know
late
what?
90s.
So you know what? Maybe, yeah, it was kind of around, I don't know. It was kind of around our time. But no, we didn't get to see the Orioles, or I'm sorry, the Oilers versus Steelers, no.
Nope.
What was that, the AFC Central at the time?
Yes, it was. I think the Jags.
The Jags were.
They
in
were
the-
a freshly established football team, organization.
The Jags have a more recent divisional championship with the Steelers involved than the Browns do.
The Browns have never won a divisional championship.
No,
AFC North
no, they have
divisional
not.
Championship.
And that's not going to be this year.
No.
It's not going to be next year. It's not going to be 2027. It ain't going to be 2028. It ain't going to be 2029. It ain't going to be 2030. It ain't going to be in my lifetime, bro. I swear to God.
It's going to be a long time for the Browns, bro.
Unchained says my dad's been a Steelers fan since 2004. He joined right at a good time.
Ben's rookie year.
My dad watched the Steelers when they were elite. Now he says they're boring, which is true. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
See, it seems like the past couple games, they keep you on your toes. It's weird. This team is weird, but it's nothing we're not used to. You know what I mean? It's like I said, the cycle. Gary Lavelle with a 199 says, I hope we can draft a franchise quarterback now to Kenny Pickett again. I agree with you. I don't want to deal with another Kenny Pickett garbage pick or garbage quarterback.
Bro, a season of him was enough.
Yeah.
Not good.
This might show our age. That was the worst starting quarterback I have ever seen for the Steelers. Well, Mitch was worse. Mitch was Kenny with the turnovers.
Yes.
Kenny was just afraid to fucking throw the ball.
But I mean, like Mitch, we already knew that he was a bust. That he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy for the Bears. He was a backup for the Bills. He still is.
He was an awful bridge.
He was terrible. Kenny was a first rounder, and at the moment it was like, yeah, we'll see what he can do, and he just never did anything at all.
No. I mean, Kenny was just flat out bad. And it'll go down as one of the worst first-round picks in franchise history.
Terrible.
He was not good. I still have nightmares of those games sometimes. So, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I go back to our reaction to those games and just appreciate that we don't gotta watch them no more. That they moved on from him, right?
Freaking Colbert, bro. I don't know what he was thinking.
Me neither.
Gosh.
All I know is Omar could not wait to get him out of there.
Oh my God. The moment he saw the opportunity, he's like, yeah, you're out. Especially if the player didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
No, you're out.
What do we think of the quarterback from LSU, Garrett Newsmeyer? I thought there was going to be more from him this year, but I guess he's doing well for LSU. I just don't see him as a first rounder, and I don't think the Steelers are going to wait till day 2 to take a quarterback. So, Newsmeyer, I don't think his ceiling's that high. I don't think it is.
And we'll see what he does now that Brian Kelly is no longer the coach for LSU.
Strelzik is how it's pronounced. So, Justin Strelzik.
Justin Strelzik.
Strelzik, yes. Rest in peace to him, too. That makes sense. My daughter was born in 2004 in an Antoine Randall L onesie. That's awesome. I would love for Randall L to eventually come full circle and be OC for the Steelers. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Like, after after Arthur Smith, who would I like to be the Steelers offensive coordinator? Go get Antoine Randall. He's the assistant head coach and wide receiver coach for the Bears right now. Go get Randall if it's possible as an offensive coordinator. I think that'd be cool. You see all the time players coming into coordinator roles for their former teams. I think Randall will fit in perfectly. He's been a receiver coach for the past several years.
He was a receiver coach for the Lions.
Yeah, just last year.
And just look at their receivers, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Look what he's doing for a guy like Roman Dunze this year.
Yeah, really.
Tomlin is 4 wins away from making his team give up. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, he reaches that limit. It's like, okay, all right, I've accomplished what I needed to do.
Cordell was 10 times worse. I don't think Cordell. No, I didn't watch Cordell, but I think it was that bad. He led y'all to the AFC Championship. Now I know.
No, I know some. I know some of you guys. You witnessed Cordell. You witnessed Bubby Brister. You witnessed Neil O'Donnell, Mark Malone, and whatnot. Like you witnessed those guys. And I apologize that you had to witness that. I feel bad for you. I know they weren't good, obviously. But neither was Kenny. We experienced Kenny, and Kenny was not a fun experience. He was terrible.
See, at least Cordell had some excitement to him.
Slash.
Yeah, literally.
Quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
Excuse me.
Tomzak? Oh, yeah. Mike Tomzak.
No, Mike Tomzak was not. No.
No. Charlie Batch was pretty bad.
He was
a very, very solid backup.
There was a reason why he was a backup.
Yeah, same with Byron Leftwich, yes. Leftwich was a backup.
Leftwich was a backup. So Landry Jones was a backup. He wasn't a good one either.
Landry Jones was bad.
Did he ever come in and win us a game? No, he didn't.
As a starter? Like when he started a game, technically won.
Well, the only games he won were versus the Browns. Shout out to Trump Cards for subbing the SteelTwins. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the only games Landry won were versus the Browns. That's it.
Yeah. One he didn't finish because Ben came in as the backup.
No. Pickett has a winning record as a starter versus Steelers or for the Steelers. Trubisky sucked ass, and he never got any heat for it. Overpaid and sucky, but he was tall. Shit. No, they were both bad. That was their plan after Ben retired. Are you guys more optimistic or pessimistic Steelers fans, would you say, or who is more? I would say I'm in between.
Like
I'm in between. What would that word be?
I don't know. What would you call that?
I'd say I don't know. Realistic is the only term I can come up with.
Like I want to be optimistic. I want to be hopeful, but I was that fan as a younger Steeler fan until I started to realize this is the same thing every year. Then it came to a point it's like
neutral is a good word, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's actually a pretty good one.
Duck Hodges or Landry Jones? God. Duck, because he could run.
Yeah. Now I'd go with Duck.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'll go with Duck. I remember that. What was that game? Was that the Bengals game he stepped in?
Yeah, because Mason.
And he slung it deep to James Washington.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? I do remember that. Yeah.
If you're not
down with
He also started that. Considering Steelers Chargers, he did start that Chargers game.
He did. Was that Sunday night?
2019. Started that Chargers game.
You know, okay, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I'm basing that answer off of the excitement that was 2019. And just after Ben went down, we're just like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens at this point. Mason looked good up until Earl Thomas almost got, Earl Thomas got that hit on him.
Yes.
And then Duck came in, brought a little bit of energy, but let's be honest, Duck was not good.
No, he wasn't
good.
But he had an energy to him.
Yes. So perhaps I'm basing it off of that. And I'm still going to stick with my answer on that. We got 2 super chats. Gary Lavelle with a 199. If Tomlin was fired, who would you want to be our head coach? Well, I'm liking the Lions defensive coordinator right now, but granted, he's not ready for a head coaching gig, so that's years down the line. I'll throw out Antoine Randall because he's the assistant head coach, so he's kind of being prepped for that. That would be under, I guess that would be under the Dan Campbell coaching tree or the Ben Johnson coaching tree, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I wanted Mike Vrabel, but obviously he's not available.
Brian Flores. I think he's due for another head coaching gig. The Dolphins, they for some reason want to get rid of him for McDaniel, and you see how that's really turned out.
Interstellar Reaper with a 499 says keep Tomlin until his contract expires, which is exactly what Steelers are going to do anyway. If you don't like your boss, just wait till you meet the next one. Here's how I see it. I don't think we're winning a Super Bowl, let alone a playoff game with Tomlin until he's gone. So what's the scare? What's the scare? We're not winning a Super Bowl with the guy anyway. What's the scare? That's how I see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be the continued trend, the continued cycle, like we all anticipate here. Why continue to run with it? You're just stuck in that purgatory. It's not fun.
I see you guys saying Gruden in the chat. Obviously talking about John Gruden. I don't know if he comes back into the league. I think he's happy with what he's doing right now with Barstool.
No, I don't see Gruden coming back, especially after what happened with the Raiders.
If we get a head coach or whoever our next head coach is going to be, I want it to be someone young, innovative, and hungry. I don't want someone old that's been out the league for several years. I want someone ready for the opportunity, like what Bill Cowher was, or what Mike Tomlin was in his early years. I want someone who's ready and is hungry for the opportunity. Someone young. Someone innovative, someone that's going to allow his coordinators to do what they got to do.
And the thing with Gruden, he's got a good thing going on right now. His own channel.
No, not James Franklin. Not James Franklin.
Are you kidding me?
Hard pass.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, continue on.
No, Gruden's got a good thing going on right now. Like, of course, coaching in the NFL, I'm sure that'd be a hell of another great chance and opportunity for Gruden. But, I mean, like, I think Gruden likes what he's doing right now, and I actually enjoy some of the content that he throws out there, especially, the quarterback room that he does almost every year.
Yeah. His one with Dart was good. His one with Will Howard was great.
Yeah, it was. Very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. How would y'all feel about Jewel Lar? No, thank you. No, thank you.
See that I will say this. That's going to be an interesting story throughout the draft process.
Well, I'll tell you right now, he's going to be a day 3 pick.
He's going to have to sit. A team I'm sure will see the potential.
He's in his sophomore year.
And he didn't advance. I know.
Sophomore, I'm sorry. He's in his senior year.
I know. And he didn't advance. He didn't upgrade. He didn't really light anybody up.
No.
He didn't do anything. And then he got hurt.
Exactly.
If a team's going to want to take a chance on him, you're going to have to be really patient with him. If anything. Do I want Joel Lar? No, I don't. I'm good on that.
We already have a Hall of Fame coach? Yeah. You're right. He is a Hall of Fame coach. You can't take that away from Tomlin. He is a Hall of Fame coach. He will make the Hall of Fame. He will.
There's no doubt about it.
You can't take that away from him. You cannot take that away from him. I don't see Rooney getting rid of Tomlin until Tomlin wants to leave or retire. No. And that's the thing. He could stay as long as he wants. Tomlin could stay as long as he wants.
His job is not in jeopardy. He's got the safest job. We said this for years. He's got the safest job in the NFL. Just based off how, you look at his career, but you look at how Art Rooney pretty much speaks about him all the time.
Right.
So
I'll also mention, ever since we've had this sign up, we have not lost. Like every game we've had this up this season, we haven't lost.
Yeah.
So that's a main reason why it's still up, because keep going with what's working. The Mason jerseys are working. The signs working. The socks are working. The shoes are working. That's what I'll be.
Your rotation of hats.
Yes. That's what I'm gonna run with. Whatever you did last week, run it back. Whatever you had for dinner, what underwear you wore, what you when you went to the times you went to the bathroom,
The superstitions are legit.
how much gas you have left in your car. Like everything that was what it was last week has to be the same this week. Don't change it. And if you change anything, it's your fault. If we lose Sunday night, it's your fault. Just listen, I don't make the rules around here.
Well then,
It's just
yeah. Just keep up with it, bro.
JJ Watt, head coach. I don't think he's going to get into coaching.
No.
He's fine commentating alongside Iron Eagle. They're very entertaining, by the way.
And the Steelers are undefeated when they broadcast the game.
They were 3-0 when they broadcast this season.
I believe so.
Now we got to listen to Chris Collinsworth. I like Mike Tirico. Chris Collinsworth, I can't get past every freaking
he just
Sunday.
sits there now. He doesn't even do the slide in anymore.
Every
Back
Sunday.
when he did with Al Michaels, you know, when he would slide in.
It was stupid.
He don't even do that no more.
It was stupid.
He just sits there.
Chris Collinsworth is so bad. Oh my
Bad enough
God.
he was a Bengal,
Yeah.
and now he's
And he didn't win the Super Bowl.
no, he didn't. Good.
Why does Chris Collinsworth hate the Steelers so much? Probably because he was a Bengal. He's just so annoying. His look, his face, his voice, how he's like overhyping every tiny stupid play. Like whatever the last Chiefs game was in prime time, he's like, oh wow, look at Pat Mahomes, man, getting rid of the ball right there. What? What?
Yes. Always hopping up Patrick Mahomes.
It was a penalty. I think it was like an intentional ground penalty. Mahomes, man, protecting his team, getting rid of the football, not making a mistake. It was a penalty. Or something like that. It was stupid. I'm like, bro.
I don't even remember what game that was.
Reminds me of Patrick Mahomes. Yes. Now here's a guy. Oh God. You're gonna get me started.
We're gonna hear it, bro. We heard it just 2 weeks ago.
Romo's annoying too. He started off good. Now he's annoying. God, I can't.
I wonder why he was part of the broadcasting team versus the Bills and Chiefs.
Well, there's the big money maker for him.
Yeah,
Romo.
that's why.
How much is he getting paid a year? Like 20-30 million to broadcast games?
I don't think it's that much. There's no way it's that much. I can see maybe 15.
He averages 17.5 million per year.
I was close. All right, well, good.
At least that's what Google tells me. Yes, Diggs, you're 100% correct. You're absolutely correct. That's hilarious. By the way, final look at the poll. How many turnovers does the Steelers defense force versus the Chargers? 47% say 2. A few turnovers would be the difference maker versus the Chargers, man. It would be the difference maker in my opinion.
It would be.
Best big game quarterback of all time is Tom Brady.
No doubt about it.
7 rings. Tom Brady. Come on. No, but yeah, the Steelers, man, they got the Chargers this Sunday. Regardless, however it gets done, Steelers got to get a win. They got to get back in the win streak. It's all about consistency this week, from a defensive side, from getting points on the board, from getting victories. It's all about consistency this week for the Steelers. They got a tough matchup, but I think it's still a favorable one, seeing that the Chargers line is very hurt and very desperate at this point, especially at the tackle positions. There's no way the pass rush doesn't eat. We've seen in the past they should eat versus certain O-lines, and they don't. But this time around, like, there's no excuse.
There is no excuse.
And then the offense, I think the Chargers defense is capable of giving up plays and allowing a bunch of splash moments. The Steelers got to take advantage. I think it all starts with Warren. We got to get in the end zone. We got to win the turnover battle. We got to get to Herbert. We got to minimize the targets. The defense is really going to have to step up big in this one. And then I still think a lot of us really trust the offense to do what they got to do. It's just a matter of the offense getting points on the board and the defense doing their part and trying to minimize Herbert and what he can do. But it's in SoFi Stadium in LA. I'm sure Steel Nation are going to absolutely hijack that stadium as they always do.
You already know.
But it's primetime action. It's Aaron Rodgers in primetime. It's Justin Herbert in primetime. It should be a good game regardless. And frankly, I can't wait for it because it's Sunday night. It's primetime. And on Sunday, we're going to have 12 full hours of 14 straight hours of football. Think about it. We got to get up at 9:30 for the Berlin game. And then the Steelers game isn't going to end until like 11:30. We have 14 straight hours of football.
Hell yeah, brother.
I can't wait.
Gotta love it.
I cannot wait. With that being said, chat, we're going to go on out of here. It is officially Friday. For some of you folks, it still might be Thursday, but it is officially Friday wherever we're at. So happy Friday for some of us. For most of us, we got one more work day left, which is tomorrow, which is Friday. Get through it. We're in this together. We're going to get through it, and then we're going to have a great weekend. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We're going to get through it, and we're going to have a great weekend, and hopefully we have a great Sunday that results and ends in a Steelers victory.
Fingers crossed, guys. I mean, we haven't won a primetime game yet this season, but we are due for one, I would say.
I do like that, and the Steelers do got.
And we're facing a Harbaugh.
We are facing a Harbaugh. We're facing Greg Roman. The Steelers are coming off a good win. It's in prime time. I'm sure Steel Nation are going to take over. That's all the momentum we need to keep riding through into this game. The Chargers are 6-3. The Steelers are what, 5-3?
5-3.
So it'll be interesting to see.
So yeah, but both teams have momentum right now. But
one of these teams is going to get a fourth loss this season, and that's got to be the Chargers. So with that being said, man, we'll see you on Sunday night for the Steelers versus Chargers watch party. The live reaction should be a good time. We'll see you then. Until then, you guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great night. Y'all have a great weekend. And we'll see you on Sunday for more stressful Steelers football. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
maybe not.
I don't know.
know.
We'll see what happens. See you in the next one. Here we go, Steelers.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!